Walk me through the whole entrance process. You guys did the Woken Mat entrance, including the Woken Mat Tron. So, how'd that all come to be?
Well, I mean, they could have played Hardy Boys music, obviously, but we weren't doing Hardy Boys. And then the only thing that I think we had that really uh, they could green light to play was that theme, and I was okay with that. I was hoping they could have changed it to Broken. I guess there was an issue with doing that with the wall. So it was what it was. In all honesty, it was cool to come out to that because there were times where Bray and I came out of that, and Jeff painted his face as a tribute to the Fiend, and then
Yeah,
we got in the ring and we did the signature pose that Bray and I did before every match as the leaders of worlds. And so many people picked up on that, on paying homage to Wyndham. So that was real cool, and it felt special to come out of that song after so many years. After God, last time I used that was 2018-ish, so after seven year almost 8 years. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool to come out to that one time. It would have been nice if we could have had, Rebby there playing a grand piano and
yeah,
Fade Away. I saw myself as obsolete. WWE also, they're very strict when it comes to rules of music and what can be played and what can't play,
sure.
what can be played and what can't be played. So I was happy that we had that in our back pocket to play as entrance music.
A couple things on the Bray front. Number one, I saw Rebby went to Halloween Horror Nights and she got to do the Wyatt Six House. What'd she think of that?
Uh, you know, she processes stuff quite different from the way I do. Like I told her, like I'm really excited to hear about it because I almost look at it as like an honor to his life and
Yeah,
memory. And
sure.
I think
Tribute. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think it would have it made me happy, but I think just for her, she just thinks about knowing him as a regular human being, and it made her sad in many ways, which I get too.
sure.
Um, so it was real tough for her, and I think just thinking about Wyndham and thinking about JoJo and their kids, it was just hard for her. She said that she got very emotional several times during it.
Sure, that's more than fair. But the other aspect of all this I did want to ask you about, we heard this week, initially it was said that he was in hospice, but it's no longer said to be the case, and instead that he just had he's in the trauma unit. But Mike Rotunda, Bray's father, IRS, one
Yes.
half of the former US Express, uh, had a massive heart attack recently, and
Yeah.
he was in a coma for a week, but he's said to be on the slow road to recovery. I know you know Mike pretty well from throughout the years.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say on that?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's sad to hear that. It's always very sad to hear when anyone you have a lot of respect and love for. I wrestled Mike Rotunda in 1994. It's one of the early matches I had as enhancement talent. And he was cool. He was real nice to me, which was always great when those guys were nice to you and treated you like a human being as opposed to just a piece of meat they're going out there to chew up. Uh, but it was great, even getting to know him a little more when he worked there, and it was very funny some of the stories I heard about him working as a producer, and the way he would interact with his children. He had to be very careful about that, not to seem like he was playing favorites or anything else. Uh, but yeah, he was good, and also the same guy that we do Comic Cons with, Tony Hunter. He would Mike would come out and do things with him quite a bit too. So we would see him in the $1 Million Man every so often, and it's just sad, man. It happens. People get old, and there's sometimes these terrible health issues happen, and it's very sad. And just at the end of the day, I'm just pulling for him and hope he can recover and lead a normal life.